Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Sipping, All Subject channel. So, I want to talk about these jobs and how most of them are the devil and full of devils. And if you're a spiritual person, you're a believer, you got to know that before you go in there. You got to know that they're going to have a double standard for you. If you're an alpha male, anything that makes you unique. If you taller than all of the guys there, if you got nice hair and everybody else got bald spots and stuff like that, even if you got it, I got a little thin in the middle, but I got nice hair. The superficialness, first of all, being superficial is the devil. You do know that, right? That's a demonic trait. That's why the Messiah said, judge not by outward appearance. Why? Because he knows it's the devil. But judge a righteous judgment. That's why he told the Pharisees that outwardly they were like whitewashed tombs, but inwardly they were full of dead man's bone. This is why he was saying these things. Because he knew that being superficial is the devil. Sometimes when people superficial, if they don't like the way you look, they don't like the way you act, you can be quiet, mind your own business, they're going to pick with you. Why? Because these jobs are the devil. And now let's go back in my history. Before I started working these jobs, I kept money. Now, everything I was doing was not legal, but I kept money. Whether I was selling something or whether cutting people grass, whatever I was doing, when I was doing it for myself, I kept money. When I start working these jobs, everything you buy is breaking you. The only people that flourish from jobs is people who don't buy a lot of stuff, or people who maybe went to school and got higher paying jobs and kind of stayed modest. But these jobs are indeed the devil and full of devil. And I'm not saying all of them. I had some jobs, like to me, when I worked at Luxottica, it wasn't like people wasn't perfect, but they wasn't demonic. That was a pretty well-run place, and it wasn't like a problem. I just chose to come back here to Wisconsin. I had jobs here that wasn't always like when I worked for the public school, 81st Street School. No. Wasn't full of devils. Now, when a job is demonic and full of devils, here are some of the things that happen. These people, they will criticize you over stuff that's far less important than the stuff that the people they like do. And if you see this and you know this, eventually you're going to quit. Or when they put somebody that you know you better at the job than them, as if they more important and better at the job than you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is demonic activity. Just so you know. Just so you know. Now, we've been taught to go to school, get a job, so on and so forth. But if I could be a fly in the mind of some people who chose to do things that might not be in their best interest, I guarantee you that mine stemmed from something that happened on their job. And then what gets me is when they try to talk about mental health, but they causing the mental health problems in people. I told them like this. I said, if you start messing with my mental psyche, I'll just quit. I ain't going to go through that trying to seek treatment or none of that. I'm just going to remove myself. Because I view people, I'm no matrix. I don't view people and places like other people do. I view people and places as replaceable. So I'm not the one that's going to stay in a bad marriage. And I'm not the one that's going to stay on a bad job. And I'm not the one that's going to keep dealing with disrespect. Disrespect is a component of the fruit of darkness. Anytime you see people disrespecting, you know the demonic is influencing. You know how we had the fruits of the spirit? I'm going to do a video on the fruits of darkness coming from the prophet. I'm going to do it today. And I'm going to do a live on this sometime this week. I might do two. But you got to understand, you got to recognize when you're dealing with the demonic and when you're dealing with Satan herself, and when you're dealing with something that Satan is influencing and controlling. Anytime you see the bad looked at as good, in terms of somebody do something bad, you look at it as good. No. You know the demonic is in charge. I said that I'm not going to criticize drug dealers no more because of how these jobs are. But I don't condone it, nor do I agree with it. I just understand the logic from an earthly standpoint of working for yourself. Now, I don't understand when you do things to hurt and harm people, they doing it to themselves. And then you got to work with these people. You got to work with these people. They're going to bring all their bad judgment to the job. That includes your supervisors. Because they supervisor don't mean they don't have bad judgment. I see it all the time. I told y'all about what just happened at mine. You basically criticizing me for doing what they told me to do. When it was a fight, I broke the fight up. Well, I let him fight, but the other dude kept hitting the dude in his eye. And so I pushed him off of him so the other dude can get up. So he can get up. And then when he body slammed the other dude, that's when I saw enough. The dude that got up practically body slammed the dude. Ain't no practically, he did. And that's when I put the taser on both of them. And they stopped fighting. One at a time. I get called to the office and I'm told, you too close. Stay out of the way, let them fight. That's what he told me. Another fight happens, that's what I did. He said, are you not trying to stop them or anything? Because I walked up and I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude. He tried to say he ain't see my lips moving. I was telling them, I was talking to both of them. They just wasn't listening and they got up and started fighting. And then he want to question, this is what they do. Demons always want to challenge you in a way that they know gets under your skin. If I know I can whoop you and you questioning my manhood, That's a hard thing to take. Most people ain't whooping me. And you, look, when you know what you capable of, you either control it or you get controlled by it. I can't go around hitting people and jacking. For one, I didn't trust them over there. I trust the people where I was at, because I know they gonna judge it logically. They gonna look at situations with a fair perspective. But there, I didn't know them like that. I didn't trust them because they always was taking those guys' side. Like, we didn't even have audio, but those guys would say, well, this is what happened. They'll go to them first. Some criminals. And them dudes will even tell you, we criminals. We gonna think a certain way. They told me that many times. But they'll go to them first and get their side of the story and then come criticize you. I can't work in no environment like that. See, I keep incomes because I don't trust people. You know, Matrix, you make people earn your trust. They didn't earn my trust because they was being petty the whole time I was there. So I'm thinking, like, if I get a good shot on one of these dudes, they liable to try to have me locked up. That's the honest truth before God. I always was thinking about that. So when I approach situations, I approached it like, if some jump off, I'm gonna make sure that they can't get me. I'm gonna make sure that what I do is justifiable. I see why can't nobody make it there. That's why they had us working every day, because everybody quit that job. Because they just get tired of them criticizing you every single day. If you don't kiss up to them, if you're not in the sex group, trying to bang the same chicks that 5 other dudes bang. Now, if I was doing that, I bet you they would have left me alone. Bet you they would have. In a very superficial environment, and I'm telling you, superficiality, I know I'm not saying it right, but y'all know what I'm saying, is the devil. That is a demonic fruit of darkness. That's why, like I said, he said, judge not by outward appearance. But we'll be back. We'll talk about this more. Stay tuned.